Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are talking about a model launched in 2014. This is the Richard Mille RM61-01 Yohan Blake. The watch named after Jamaican sprinter and Olympian Yohan Blake. It is a combination of titanium, sapphire, ceramic, and carbon. We're going to take a quick look at this watch on my wrist, but first the dimensions. 42.1 millimeters across. The watch measures 15.7 millimeters thick, and from end to end, the total distance across the wrist is 50.1 millimeters. Now, because this is entirely vulcanized rubber, carbon, ceramic, and sapphire, it is a very light watch. Even the movement, skeletonized though it is made of grade 5 titanium to minimize the mass. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see it wears nicely. Big is the look with Richard Mille, but it's not ungainly. Being super light, it feels wieldy. I could easily play sports or sprint, not like Yohan Blake, but sprint all the same while wearing this watch. It's braced via internal shock absorbers to withstand up to 5,000 instantaneous Gs. So as you can see, it hugs the wrist and it stays put. It's also low enough that it'll fit underneath a jacket cuff, if not a tight dress sleeve. And the best feature of it, in addition to its lightness, is the fact that its case back is cambered so it wraps around the wrist. Even though it would look big, I think it would fit on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Now, taking a look at the strap, you can see we have Jamaican flag colors here, and that's accentuated by the strap, which has little hollows in the flank that echo the relieved profiles of the case. We have a little bit of a diminishing thickness as we move towards the underside, and the flexible backside of the strap is completely new. You can see it's not crimped, it's not gouged. It's an RM factory strap in outstanding condition, and the watch includes the well-known GNF Chatelain leaf spring double deployant clasp. It's made of titanium. It features a leaf spring that causes it to spring shut and spring open. Offers plenty of security on the wrist. You can see that the buckle is RM customized, as are the strap minders, and in profile they echo the evacuated hollows of the case. You can even see that there's media blasting and satination with the company's signature spline screws present. You can see that there are little columns that define the spline screws as they bind the bezel to the case back. And then let's talk about what this material is actually. Black ceramic, hugely hardened and scratch resistant, and then it has a little polished bevel on the side to contrast with the media blasted top. We have the spline screws on the top, and then on the side we have NTPT, which is a composite material that is ultra hard, super light, and virtually impervious to scratches. We also have alternately satinated, polished, and media blasted crown guard structures, and then we have a shoulder around the crown in rubber to match the strap. Now, there is an asymmetry to this watch. It's not shaped perfectly symmetrically like, say, an RM5 or an RM10. There's a little bit of a trapezoidal profile, and you can see that well. Now, of course, it's also rounded, but note that it actually has a differing thickness. It has differential thickness from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then it has differential lug-to-lug from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, so it's highly asymmetrical in that regard. And, of course, if we measure the outermost extremity, that is 50.1 millimeters across the wrist. Moving inboard, you can see that there's a composite chapter ring that also, I'll do a quick demonstration, bears little luminescent indices. Note all three hands are luminescent. That composite chapter ring in a combination of green and yellow, just like the rest of the watch, black, green, and yellow. The hands at center feature differential finish. There's both a matte finishing and a polish for handsome contrast. You can see some elements of the movement, including the barrels themselves and the keyless works have been polished or satinated to contrast with the blackened grade 5 titanium bridges and plates which have been cut away. Note that even on the blackened components we have differential media blasting and brushed satination. Now, the movement is Vaucher based, and you know that because you could see underneath the balance the little Vaucher manufacturer star. Vaucher is a Parmigiani company, and you can appreciate that the watch itself has a movement that is based on a Vaucher caliber with 2 barrels, a 55-hour manual wind power reserve. It beats away at 4 hertz or 8 beats per second. It pivots on 24 joules. It has a free-sprung regulator for durability, and you can see that well right here. And then all of this is water-resistant down to 50 meters, which is, in this instance, suitable for surface swimming. The movement is hugely shock-resistant. You can see on the reverse side, the satin components of the movement have been silvered to create greater contrast, and this is known as the RMUL2 movement in Richard Mille service. It also includes a hacking or stop seconds function, so you can set this watch precisely to a reference time. The twin barrels offer a more gradual torque release, a more consistent torque release than a single barrel. So even relative to a single barrel movement with the same power reserve, this is going to have less fluctuation in timekeeping and balance amplitude across its full range of reserve power. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.